Besides Italian al dente, there is a second kind of al dente that is unique only to wonton noodle. Wonton noodle is not difficult to make, but it does have a lot of small details that you need to know in order to do it properly. Hey everyone, Laughing Shrimp here. I will teach you the secrets of a proper Cantonese wonton noodle today. Let's start with the soup first. You need pork bone. If you can't find pork bone, any lean cut of pork will do. Dried shrimp. Peel the head and shells off the shrimps. The shrimps will be used later for wonton filling. 4 pieces of dried flounder. If you can't find flounder, you can use any kind of unsalted dried fish. However, the taste will be different. The flounder is the magic ingredient that gives wonton noodle its unique taste. Boil the bones for 8 minutes, then wash them. If you don't, your soup will be very cloudy. Lightly brown 4 pieces of flounder on a flame to bring out the natural oils from the fish. This is how you extract the flavor. If you don't have a gas stove, you can bake the fish at 175 Celsius for 15 minutes. The fish should be crispy but not burned. When the fish is cool enough to touch, break the head off and throw it away. The head will make your soup bitter. Also, scrape off the burn spots because that can also cause bitterness. Then, break the fish up into rough large pieces. Bring 3 liters of water to a boil. Then turn it down to low. Drop in the bones, dried shrimp, and fish. Cover and simmer for about 1.5 hours, or until the meat from the fish is starting to separate. Do not put the shells in yet. The fish needs time for the flavor to infuse with the soup. If you put the shells in too early, it overpowers the fish. If your soup is too hot, your soup will turn white and cloudy. While you wait, cook the shrimp shells until they turn red. I didn't have any shrimp heads left here, but you want to use both shells and heads in your soup. After 1.5 hours, throw the shells in and continue to simmer for another 1.5 to 2 hours. Now we can make the wonton fillings. You want a ratio of 60% shrimp and 40% pork. For the pork, you want a 50% fat and 50% lean meat. I use pork belly here, but you can combine any cut of pork to get this 50% ratio. Mince the pork evenly until you don't have big chunky pieces. You want your shrimp to be fairly dry. My shrimp are a little big, so I will cut them into smaller bite-sized pieces. If you have small shrimp that can fit in your wrapper, you can skip this step. Next, you need to make a fish powder with the flounder you just toasted earlier. Don't forget to throw away the head. Grind it into a blender until you get a very fine powder with no chunky pieces. Store this powder in a jar for future uses. Additionally, you need to mix shrimp flakes using the dried shrimp. It is not necessary to grind this into a powder, just make sure there are no big chunks. Store this in a different jar for future uses. In a large bowl, mix the shrimp and pork together. Add 1 teaspoon of fish powder, 2 teaspoons of shrimp flakes, 1 egg, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 teaspoon of white pepper. Then mix everything together evenly. Now it's time for your therapy session. Imagine someone you dislike and throw the ball of meat down as hard as you can. Do this 20 to 30 times. Your filling will become a sticky paste that will hold your wonton together by itself. Next, you need wonton wrappers. Since we are doing Southern Cantonese style, we want the thin 3-inch squares. You can see through the wrapper. To wrap wonton, place the filling in the middle. Push the lower corner up, then the sides. Squeeze the top to seal. Don't squeeze the filling too hard, it will burst open. It's small because you're supposed to be able to eat the wonton in one bite. The current trend in food is making everything big. You will be able to make about 70 pieces. Extra wontons can go in the freezer. To finish the soup, filter everything out from the liquid. You can throw the shells and all the other stuff away or eat it if you like. The better you filter the soup, the more clear it will get. Fine cloth mesh filter is good for this. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, the Mind Stone from Vision, rock sugar. Then bring the soup back to a boil. For the final presentation, pour half a teaspoon of sesame oil, then half a teaspoon of soy sauce, yellow chives, This ingredient completely changes the flavor and elevates wonton noodle to the next level when you pour in the hot soup. Do not use regular green chives if you cannot find any. Green onion is okay if you have no choice. Yellow chives makes a huge difference. Cook the wonton for 1 to 2 minutes, then place them in the bowl. Loosen the noodle and cook in boiling water for only 10 to 15 seconds. Rinse the noodle very well. If you don't, the alkaline residue will ruin the flavor. Quickly dip the noodle in another clean pot of hot water before serving it to warm it up. Finally, fill the bowl with hot soup. It's important that the noodle rests on top of the wonton because this keeps the noodle from going soggy in the soup. This is how you maintain wonton noodles unique al dente. The next time when you go to a restaurant that serves you wonton noodle with the noodle on the top, you know they are serious about your experience because almost nobody does that. I hope this helps you appreciate how much work goes into wonton noodle. It looks like a simple noodle, but there is so much complexity behind it. See you all next time. Bye.